Gotta get my pre-drink on. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Low Carb Holiday Cocktails. Now, for any of you that watch me for any amount of time, you know that I'm from South Louisiana, Cajun country. But unfortunately, I'm not a true Cajun. I'm not from the Acadiana region. Although my family does come from France to Canada, down to Acadiana, then they went over to New Orleans area. So my family line that I'm directly related to kind of came through New Orleans and up from that point. So unfortunately, I can't call myself a true Cajun because I don't live there now and I don't have family there now. And I don't want to diminish the phrase Cajun, because that's a very prideful thing for true Cajuns. They're proud of that, and very well they should be. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to celebrate our holiday cocktails Cajun style. Now, a little quick history about Cajun Christmas. For one, we don't call Santa Claus Santa Claus, it's called Papa Noel. And there's a whole lot of other things. So we're gonna kind of start out at the beginning of this. Now, when Papa Noel would come for Christmas to deliver the toys to the boys and girls, people of the Cajun area, they would light bonfires on a levee to light his way. So this cocktail is going to be paying homage to that, and that is a bonfire on the levee. A beautiful, delicious cocktail. It's warm, it's inviting, this perfect toasty cocktail for this time of year. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Now, this will have a little bit of prep time for the garnish specifically. What I've already started is you want to get a shot glass, about 1.5 ounces. We're only gonna, you might use all of it. It depends on the size of your lemon. We'll get to that. But you want to soak a cinnamon stick in an overproof rum. And what I'm using is Ray & Nephew's overproof rum. It's a 63% ABV, which is going to be 126 proof. So I'm going to soak my cinnamon stick on that. You can already, I don't know if you can see it there. My rum comes to here, and the cinnamon stick already has almost 1 inch higher that it's been soaking in. So you want to put that aside and let your cinnamon stick soak for a minute. If you're doing several cocktails, get something a little bit bigger, throw it all in there, let them all soak in a little bit of overproof rum, because we're lighting this shit on fire. So next, let's get building the actual cocktail. Okay, in our tin, we're gonna start with some whiskey. What better this time of year when it gets to get a little cooler? I dare say cold here in South Louisiana. We freak out when it hits 50 and we're thinking it's freezing. But with whiskey, it's a perfect spirit for this time of year. So we're gonna go ahead and do 2 ounces of our whiskey. Use your favorite whiskey, bourbon, rye, blended, scotch, doesn't really matter. But you want something with that oak flavor, some of that vanilla notes on it. Irish Channel, what I'm using here, it's a blend of a 10-year American corn whiskey and a 3-year Irish whiskey. So it's a little milder, a little sweeter. It's one that I like. And next we go with some fresh squeezed lemon juice. So let me get my lemon and my squeeze. Now, you're gonna wanna save the lemon once you're finished. So we go with 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. In exactly 3/4. Now, what you want to do is you want to save this lemon. You want to push it back in and create a well. You want to create a little well because your rum is going to sit inside of here. Put that aside for now. 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. So next we're going to go with some pomegranate syrup. And if you watch some of my other videos, best thing for a grenadine substitute is going to be Monin's sugar-free pomegranate syrup. And here we go, 3/4 ounces of this. So now we're going to add some ice to our tin. and and give this a hella good shake. And there we go. So next you want to get yourself a tall glass with some ice. We're going to strain this into our glass. And we're going to not actually top it with ginger beer, but we're going to put a little ginger beer in here. You know, almost to the top, because you'll be adding that spent lemon to that. And if you fill this to the top, that spent lemon is going to create an overflow. Give this a little mix. Incorporate all those flavors together. Now we're going to take that spent lemon, drop that on top. Place your cinnamon stick over that. Pour your overproof rum inside. We won't get that on the side because you will have a fire in your house. Wipe the side of that glass just in case. We're going to light this shit on fire, but we're not done. Take a little bit of ground cinnamon, just at the end of it. And we'll turn out one of the lights for this, and hopefully we can see this a little bit better. And let's see if we can get this going. Now we got a little bit of fire. We sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon over, get some nice pretty little sparks, and also adds a little bit of the cinnamon, enhances all of that. And there you have the bonfire on the levee. Ooh, I love the way it does that. Ooh, yeah. Oh, one more pinch for good luck. Woo, bonfire on the levee, baby. Cajun style. So now, blow that out. This glass is gonna be hot, so be careful how you handle this. Now, what I like about this drink is, I've seen people, when they try to light a drink on fire, use something a little heavier, like an Everclear 190 or something like that. But it really adds no flavor to it. Using an overproof rum, as you can see, the lemon's tipped over. So I got a little bit of cinnamon. Some of the smoke from the cinnamon stick itself being burnt and charred. So you get a little bit of that smoke. More oak and vanilla from there. I just know to this thing I've had 4 of these already, so I've screwed this video up that many times. Oh, that is delicious. That is absolutely delicious. So guys, let's light Papa Noel's way into Cajun land with the bonfire on a levee. All right, so our next Cajun Christmas cocktail is the Papa Noel, the Big Daddy himself. So Papa Noel, like I've mentioned already in the bonfire on a levee, Papa Noel is the Cajun version of Santa Claus. So, and like I said in that other section, is that he doesn't have a sleigh and he doesn't have reindeers. He has some alligators, and that's what pulls his pirogue. He has a little pirogue boat. So if you know what a pirogue is, a little small canoe the Cajun use on everyday life. So we're gonna go ahead and build the Papa Noel. So the first thing you're gonna need in your tin is we'll start off with 2 ounces of vodka. Now, what would a Cajun cocktail called Papa Noel be without a Cajun spirit? We'll be using JT Mellick Cajun vodka in the heart of Cajun land. So if you can't get your hands on some JT Mellick, use your favorite vodka. I am. So we go 2 ounces of JT Mellick, and I hope I have 2 ounces. Oh, 2 ounces and a little bit. That's okay. So next we're gonna be adding some orange liqueur. Now, if you see my how to make your triple sec video, this is the same thing, but instead of using oranges, I use satsumas. Satsuma is a variety of a mandarin that's very popular in the winter here in South Louisiana. It's kind of like a seedless mandarin, kind of sweet. So I followed the same recipe with my orange liqueur, my triple sec, whatever, I don't even want to call it, so many different things. So I use those skins instead of the oranges for this. So we're gonna do it's stuck. So we're gonna do 1 ounce of our orange liqueur. And we have some family over here, kids are home from college, if you can hear them in the back. All right. So next we're gonna add some cranberry. So what I did here is this is cranberry and ginger syrup. Now you could add cranberry juice, you know, just to kind of make it easy for you. But what I did is I took 1 cup of cranberries and 1 2-inch piece of ginger, boiled that into 2 cups of water, and added 1 cup of allulose. I'm sorry, 2 cups of allulose. So 2 cups of water, 2 cups of allulose, you know, 0 net carbs, cup of cranberry, 2-inch piece of ginger, cut up in chunks. There you go, cranberry ginger syrup. So we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of our cranberry ginger syrup. 1.5 ounces. So next we'll be adding a little bit of lime juice. So fresh lime juice is always best. If you don't have it, use real lime brand lime juice. I'm going to add 3/4 ounce of this. And there we go. It's a little less, but 3/4 ounce is perfect. This is running a little bit low. Not a lot of juice in this lime. Did I call it a lemon earlier? Probably so. I tend to do that quite a bit after I've been drinking. So we take a little bit of ice. We're gonna dump this into our ice here, cap that off, and give it a good shake. And we're done. All right, so now we're gonna strain this into a chilled cocktail glass. And if you don't have a refrigerator or freezer near what you're doing, you can always throw one in your freezer. But another real easy way to do it, a little quick tip, is if you fill this with ice water while you build your cocktail, dump it out, you have a chilled cocktail glass. So we're gonna strain this, wrong one. Strain this into our chilled cocktail glass. Oh, I got a little bit more. That'll come in handy in a minute. So, where did I put my garnish? So we're gonna garnish that with a nice little lime swath and a few fresh cranberries. And there you have the Papa Noel. You know, if I was Santa, Papa Noel, you know, I'd be kind of getting tired of milk and cookies. So this would be a nice change for me. So, you know, Christmas is just a day away. And I'd be making this for Santa if I were you. Now, the thing about Papa Noel is the Cajuns, like I said, don't call him Santa Claus, he's Papa Noel. And he doesn't have a sleigh, he has a pirogue. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. And he doesn't have 8 reindeers, he has 8 alligators. And he doesn't have a Rudolph to guide his way with his bright nose, he's got a Nicolette. And Nicolette was the white alligator who had the glowing green eyes to guide his way through the murky swamps. So this next cocktail is the Nicolette. So let's go ahead and get started. This is one of my favorite ones, just because it's the story behind it is just fun, and making a cocktail itself is fun too. And on top of that, it's pretty yummy. So in our shaker, we're gonna be adding some gin. We're gonna go with 2 ounces of your favorite gin. We're gonna be doing 7-3 distilling as always. 2 ounces of our gin. Put that right there, I'm gonna need that. And next we're gonna go with some triple sec. Now, keeping this Cajun, if you watch the Papa Noel, you'll see that I have a Satsuma liqueur and the whole story behind what Satsumas are. So I'm using this in place of a triple sec. And this, this is gonna be a 1/2 ounce. So a 1/2 ounce of a Satsuma liqueur or orange liqueur. If you watch my video on how to make a 0 carb orange liqueur, use that. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. And if you haven't made it, go ahead and make it. Then we do a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Now I'm out of fresh lime juice because I've used them all for everything else, garnishes and other cocktails today. So we'll be using some real lime. 1/2 ounce, 1 gram of carbs. So at this point in time, we have 1 gram of carbs in our cocktail. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add an egg white. Don't freak out. People go, eggs in cocktails, raw eggs. It's not that big of a deal. It's like ceviche. The citric acid from the lime juice, basically, for lack of a better word, because I don't know all the science stuff behind it, it cooks the eggs and any enzymes that would be bad out of it. So, but this is what you want to do. You want to make sure you use a separate tin or whatever you mix it in to break your egg white, because in case you get yolk in it, you can throw that out and start over. God, hope I don't break it and get yolk in here. So just 1 egg white. Now, if you've not done egg white in cocktails, you really, really need to try it. It adds a whole new complexity and mouthfeel to the cocktail. The best way to describe it is it takes the flavor of your cocktail and lets it linger a little bit longer because the froth from the egg white, I know I'm not saying the right words, but I'm about to say it anyway. It makes the cocktail adhere to your tongue so you can taste those flavors a little bit longer, so you get to taste the more complex flavors that it actually has because of that egg white. So now this is the thing about egg white cocktails. You want to do a dry shake first. Now, dry shake means we're going to shake it without ice. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. You can take the spring off your Hawthorne strainer, drop it in there. Most everybody who's watching this is on low carb, and I'm pretty sure you have a protein shaker. You can take the little ball off of that, drop that in here. What we're trying to do is we're trying to emulsify the egg whites. Now, I happen to have an extra Hawthorne strainer because I have like 3 strainers. I have an extra strainer, so I'm going to drop that in there. We're gonna put our cocktail together and we're gonna dry shake this for about 30 seconds. We really wanna blend that citric acid from the limes into the eggs and build a nice, hard, frothy cocktail. Get that in a really tight. Now, the thing is, you're not gonna have the cold from the ice to contract the metals. So get a nice seal on that. Be careful when you shake it, it may leak. You can wrap some paper towels around it just in case. But we're gonna shake this for about 30 seconds. It's quite a long time, so we're gonna go ahead and probably cut this right about here, and we're done. So I got a little bit, not a lot came out, just that right at the end, they'll start coming out. Like I said, you can wrap a paper towel around there to make sure that that it doesn't, no leakage spills on you. So let me drop this down here. Now we're gonna go ahead and wet shake it. That's with ice. Now that we got some ice in here, let's give it a good hard shake for about another 15 seconds. And we're done. Oh, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. So what you need next is a chilled cocktail glass. And happen to have one right here in my mini fridge. And if you don't, put some ice water in it while you build your cocktail. I'm gonna strain this into our glass. You get a nice little foam head on the top, and that's from the egg whites. And like I said, Nicolette was the white alligator, hence the white cocktail, with the green eyes to guide Santa's way. So we'll do 2 lime wheels as a garnish. And there you have the Nicolette. All right, guys, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoy these Cajun holiday cocktails. But I'm not finished with my holiday cocktails quite yet. So make sure you like, subscribe, and of course, click that bell icon because that'll tell you when my next video drops. All right, guys, see y'all later. Y'all have a great night because after this one, and this is number 6 video, I'm already having a good night. All right, guys, see y'all later.